Alright, welcome back to our channel, my trader friends. On this video, we will be having another set of Python methods and Python functions regarding removing items in a list. Specifically, we will be talking here all about the remove method, the pop method, the delete keyword, and lastly, the clear method. So without further ado, let's start our removing items in a list video tutorial. Okay, so removing items in a list. Basically, we have 4 ways on how we can remove a specific item from a list. The first one is through the remove method. Second one is through the pop method. The third one is through the delete keyword, and the last one, the fourth one, which is through the clear method. Now, what is the difference between these 4? That will be our topic regarding this removing of items in a list. So for the remove method, let's discuss this first. For the remove method, this is used to remove an item from a list. So basically, the syntax is list variable name dot remove. So the list that you wanted to remove, that remove, all in small letters only, lowercase, and inside the parentheses we should write here the item to be removed. If it is a string, don't forget the double quotes. Okay, so for the task, remove the item DMA, or actually this is DMI, sorry for the typographical error. This is DMI from the technical indicators list, because if you can still remember, based on our previous video, we have actually 5 DMIs there and it's very redundant, so we need to remove it right away, and that's what we will going to do now. So open your Anaconda, click the Jupyter Notebook, open your Jupyter Notebook, and let's do this. Let's start our coding. Okay, so we are now here in our Jupyter Notebook. Let's have our title first. So let's write here removing an item in a list. And here let's write remove method. Okay, so mark down and let's run this as title. Okay, so based on our task, what we should remove is the DMI based on our previous coding on this sorting a list topic. If you didn't watch this video, please watch this first, because this is actually related on our topic for this video. So based on this code, the technical indicators have different DMI, and that's what we will going to remove right now. So again, for the syntax, we should write first the list, which is the technical indicators, that remove, and open and close parentheses, and the item that we wanted to be removed. So let's write here DMI, and after that, let's print the technical indicators for us to see what happens on our list. Okay, so let's run this code. Let's run this code, and I hope so there will be no DMI anymore. Okay, so as you can see, my friends, there is still a DMI. So what is the reason why? The reason of having a DMI there is that we used here a double quotes. But actually, if we will try to go back on our previous coding, this topic regarding how to add an item inside a list, how ironic, we add then we remove after. Anyway, if you don't know how to use this insert method, you can actually watch this first. Based on this code, we actually have DMI with single quote. We insert DMI using single quote. Then now we're trying to delete DMI using a double quote. So that's actually the reason why we have still DMI here on our list. So let's try this to have a single quote only. And let's run this again. Let's check what will happen next. Okay, there's still a DMI, by the way. Since we have 5 DMIs before, the reason is that it only deletes single DMI per running of the code. So let's run this again. So as you can see here, my friends, there's only one DMI left. And let's try to run this again. And there's no DMI anymore. So basically, single run means single removal only using the remove method. Okay, so let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. That is for the remove method. Next, for the pop method. Okay, for the pop method, the difference of having a pop from remove method is that we need to specify the index number of the item that we need to remove from the list in using the pop method. Unlike in using the remove method, wherein we just indicate the number of the item that we wanted to be removed, or rather we just indicate the name of the item that we wanted to be removed. In the pop, we're indicating the index number. Okay, so if we don't specify the index number in using the pop method, the last item in our list will be removed. So for example, we just used technical indicators that pop, then open and close parentheses without having any data inside the open and close parentheses, leaving it blank will result to the last item removal of an item of our list in our list. Okay, so for the syntax of this pop method, almost the same with our remove method, but this time after the list variable we have the dot and the pop word. So these are all lowercase, and inside the open and close parenthesis is the index number. Okay, so for our task, pop the item number 6 and the last item in the technical indicators list. Okay, so let's now go on with our Jupyter notebook and let's pop the index number 6 and the last item in our list. Okay, so index number 6. What is index number 6? We have here Williams %R, index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4, index 5, index 6. So the money flow index will now be popped. Okay, so before doing that, let's write here first pop method as our title. Alright, so let's run this and let's now have the pop method. So it's right here, technical indicators that pop. This is based on the syntax, open and close parentheses, then the index number of the item that we wanted to be removed or we wanted to be popped. Okay, so number 6 here. Then let's print now the technical indicators. The output shouldn't have the money flow index, which is the number 6. Okay, index number 6. So let's run this. Okay, Williams R, stochastics, standard deviation, relative strength index, pivot points, parabolic SAR, and MACD. So as you can see, the money flow index is not included now on our list. Okay, so that is for the pop method. Next is the delete keyword or the del keyword. Del here stands for delete. So del keyword can first it can remove a specific index number just like our pop method a while ago. And for the syntax of this first function of our del keyword, just write del all lowercase. So del, then the list variable name, then inside our square bracket is the indexed number. Oh, and for the second function that our del keyword can do is to delete the list itself. So the whole list, the technical indicators list, will now be deleted. So for the syntax, just write del all again in lowercase, then write the list variable. name. Okay, so let's have our task. Let's delete the index number 3 in the technical indicators list. And for the second task, we should delete the technical indicators list itself. Okay, so first, let's use the first, or rather, let's do first the first task, which is to delete the number 3, index number 3. Okay, so let's go now to our Jupyter notebook. Okay, so let's write here first del keyword as our title. Let's run that. And okay. So based on our syntax, we should first use the del. Let's type first rather the del and the variable name of our list, which is technical indicators. After this, it says here on our syntax that inside the square bracket, we should have the index number, which is on our task index number 3. Okay, so index number 3. And based on our list here, the index number 3 is Williams %R, index number 0, stochastics number 1, standard deviation number 2, relative student index number 3. So the relative student index will be deleted. Okay, so let's print now the technical indicators. So this shouldn't have the relative student index in our list anymore. So let's try to run this, my friends. Okay, so Williams R, stochastics, standard deviation, and pivot points, meaning to say the relative student index is now deleted. So that's the first function of the del keyword. Almost the same with the pop method actually, but they're just different is the syntax and the functions. The pop only have one function, and the del keyword only actually have two functions. By the way, my friends, I forgot the function of pop rather is not only one but two. It says on our what we call this. It says on our previous PowerPoint presentation. Let's go back to it before we proceed on the next topic. If we don't specify the index number, the last item in our list will be removed. So let's do that, my friends, for you to don't skip that item or that knowledge. So let's try that pop, and we will not be having our input inside the parentheses. Then print technical indicators. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to pop the item number 6 here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, let's check what will happen, and the last item. So the important here is for the average to range to be removed. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, now as you can see, my friends, there's no average to range anymore on our next print, on our next result, on our next output. Okay, so that's the second function of the pop method. So let's go back to our del keyword. Let's write here del keyword. Okay, so we're done with the first task here. We should now do the second task, which is to delete the technical indicators list, the whole list. Okay, so let's do it. Just like del, just write del, then technical indicators. Then after that, we'll now print technical indicators. Let's see what will happen. So let's run this. Okay, so as you can see, guys, here we delete technical indicators, the whole list itself, the items inside, and the whole list itself. Okay, so meaning to say, it's now deleted. And now, we are asking the Python to print the technical indicator since we have already deleted that list what the Python can print now? So nothing. That's why we have now an error, which is a name error. It says here that name technical indicators is not defined. Therefore, there's no any technical indicators list anymore. Because again, the reason is that we deleted that already before printing. So again, don't forget that sequencing in the world of Python programming is very, very, very important. Okay, so let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. For our last method to be studied in this video tutorial, that is actually the clear method. Now, for the clear method, this is used in removing the content of the list while retaining the list variable itself. So, unlike in using the del keyword, which deletes the whole list itself, as you can see on our previous coding, the whole list is deleted using the del keyword. Here on our clear method, the only thing that will be deleted is the items inside the list. So, the list itself is not deleted. Okay, so that's the clear method. For the syntax, just write the list variable name, then that clear, open and close parentheses, and write nothing inside the open and close parentheses. Okay, so for our task, make a random list and clear the contents after. So use the clear method. So let's go now to our Jupyter notebook. So let's do a simple list only. So ABC equals ABC. So let's print ABC. Okay, let's print this. A is not defined. So the reason of not defined, because we forgot to have the double quotes for the Python to know that the data is actually a string. Okay, so let's print it again. Okay, now we're done. ABC. So we have now the list, and what we're going to do now is to delete this list. So let's go back to our PowerPoint presentation. Again, the syntax is list variable name dot clear, open and close parentheses. So let's have here ABC, the list variable name dot small letter clear, open and close parentheses. Write nothing inside the open and close parentheses. Then let's now print the ABC. Okay, in our delete keyword before, here, as you can see, upon printing, it says that it is not defined. The item or the list that we are about to print is not defined because the whole list is deleted. Now, let's see what will happen when using the clear method. Let's run this. Okay, as you can see, we don't have any error here, any name error here. What we do have is this square bracket, meaning to say, yes, the Python is saying that yes, we have here the list named ABC, but the list doesn't have any items inside it. Okay, because we used to clear all the items inside. That's the reason why. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this video, my trader friends. Again, don't forget, in removing items in our list, we have the 4 ways on how to remove an item. First, using the remove method. Second, the pop method, del keyword, and lastly, we have the clear method. So I hope the difference between these 4 is very clear with you right now, and I'm hoping that you will use this sooner or later if you are doing your own Python related project. Okay, so that ends up our video tutorial regarding on how we can remove an item in a list using the remove method, the pop method, the delete keyword, and the clear method. Don't forget to join our channel, our community, my friends. The community link is actually on the video description below. So join our Facebook group, like our Facebook page. You can message me on my Facebook page if you want to say something or if you want to ask something. Okay, so I will wait for you on our Facebook group, and let's make that group a healthy community. Okay, so again, this is the Engineer Trader, your partner from learning to earning. And as always, may your trades be great. Bye-bye.